So hi everybody, my name's David Hamer and I'm one of the operations managers for the community engagement and training team here at SCAS, and it's lovely to welcome you all here today for our first ever Facebook live event in respect of World Restarter Heart Day. So I'm just going to wait a couple of minutes. I'm just going to let a few people join us. I can see I've got a couple on the feed already and a few more, which is really lovely to see. I hope you're all well, and like I said, we're just going to wait maybe 30 seconds or so to just start seeing the feed run. Just to let you know in the background then, the feed is running. If you've got any questions and you want any answers, all my team are working behind the scenes there, so hopefully if we get some questions going shortly, we'll get some answers to you as well. And then as we move through what I've got to say, then obviously when I finished it towards the end, I'll be jumping on the computer as well, so just keep the questions rolling all the way through. And that goes the same throughout the whole of the week, really. So we're going to have Facebook Live events happening every day this week at 12 o'clock, various different things happening, so just keep asking those questions and we can't wait to answer them for you. So I'll make a start. I can see the feed is starting to run nicely, which is really cool. So my name's David Hamer, and I'm one of the operations managers in the community engagement and training team for South Central Ambulance Service. I work in the north of the county, and as you can see, a bit of an unusual location today. I'm in my response car, which is quite a cool place to be running a feed from. So this is the first Facebook Live event we've done this week, and we're raising awareness on CPR and AED usage or defibrillation for World Restarter Heart Day. I don't know if you saw the feed earlier on, but earlier today our Chief Exec, Will Hancock, posted a video on the site. And I hope you've had a chance to see it. It was really quite cool. And I'm really pleased to be able to speak to you now, albeit it's live and it's slightly scary for me, I have to say. But there we go, a little bit of vulnerability for you. So traditionally then, World Restarter Heart Day was it's on the 16th of October each year. And traditionally as an ambulance trust, we've always gone into secondary schools in all four counties, so Oxfordshire, Buckinghamshire, Berkshire and Hampshire, and we've always taught young adults how to do basic life support and how to use an AED, and it's so important. But this year, as I'm sure you're all aware, things have to be a little bit different due to COVID-19. So rather than going into schools, we're using our digital platform, and there's me speaking to you here on how to do CPR and AED. And we're going to bring you a Facebook Live event every single day starting at midday, Monday through Friday. And we're just looking for all your support, really. Start learning, start getting the message out there, and I believe there is a quiz on Friday as well planned, so if you tune in every single day you'll get the answer to the quiz. But most importantly, I want you to join us and share our page far and wide, press the like button, and like I said before, just please start asking questions and commenting, and the members on team will help you out there. So I've got I've got some top 10 facts regarding cardiac arrest for you today. So I'm just going to run through them. I can see there's some medical colleagues on here who'll know the answers to these, but I think it's great that we get these out there for everybody to understand, and this is what World Restarter Heart Day is all about. So first of all, let's talk about cardiac arrest. So fact number one is cardiac arrest occurs when the heart stops pumping blood around your body. No blood pumping around your body, that heart's not going to beat, you're going to go into cardiac arrest. Second fact, the most common cause of a cardiac arrest is a life-threatening abnormal heart rhythm called ventricular fibrillation. Now, ventricular fibrillation is where the heart becomes very chaotic in its pumping, and it's sort of a bit like a jelly on a plate, but we call it fibrillation. So there you go, a bit of a quivering time for the heart. Not good for anybody, I'm afraid. Cardiac arrest can be caused for a number of reasons. So if you lose a large amount of blood from your body, or if your body's deprived from oxygen, or if your body becomes too hot or too cold, or if you get a blood clot in your lungs or in your coronary arteries. These are all reasons why you can start getting or can have a cardiac arrest. Fact for you, one that you may need on Friday, because I'll be writing the quiz questions. Every year in the UK, 30,000 people will have a cardiac arrest pre-hospitally, so that's outside of a hospital. And unfortunately, less than 10% of those will survive to be discharged from hospital as well. Now, in the SCAS geography, so that's Hampshire, Berkshire, Buckinghamshire and Oxfordshire, your percentage chance of survival, that increases to 11.7%, and that's not due only in part to our excellent response times and our excellent clinical crews, but it's also down to excellent members of the public that recognise people in cardiac arrest. They've done some form of first aid training, they recognise someone's in trouble, and they start doing that vital CPR. They also know how to use public access defibs as well. So public access defibs is really, really important. Very safe bits of kit, and I'll talk about those just very shortly. Fact number 5. Around about 500 young people, so that's people under the age of 18, every year will die suddenly with no explanation or cause of death. Often, unfortunately, it's an inherited heart condition that is to blame. But yeah, that's 500 young people every year that are dying because of cardiac arrest. Fact number 6 then. Victims of cardiac arrest have an increased chance of survival if a defibrillator device is immediately available to them. And if there is, it will obviously deliver that electric shock, which will hopefully restore the heart to its normal rhythm. Fact number 7. The defibrillation shock can originate from a manual defibrillator. So that's something that us clinical professionals use. So we have a defibrillator that, if we wanted to, could shock anybody at any time. Obviously, not particularly helpful in the wrong hands. So you have to be medically trained to be able to use one. You have to understand the rhythms that you're seeing, and then you can deliver the shock. However, automated external defibrillators can be used by bystanders perfectly safely. They're really intelligent bits of equipment, and you'll see them out there in little boxes attached to fire stations or libraries or wherever in your local areas you possibly see them. So that moves me on to fact number 8, that automated external defibrillators are sophisticated, reliable, safe, computerized devices that will deliver electric shocks to victims of cardiac arrest. And it will only deliver those shocks if it's appropriate. So don't ever worry about using one. Put it on the person if you need to. Follow the prompts. It will guide you. It's perfectly safe. And if it does say press the button to deliver it, please deliver that shock. Fact number 9 then, for every minute that passes without defibrillation, the chances of survival decrease by 14%. And that's quite a shocking statistic. Research shows that applying a controlled shock to somebody that's in cardiac arrest, within 5 minutes of having the cardiac arrest, they stand the best possible chance of survival. So again, it's all about recognising early CPR, early AED, and then early ALS for our clinical crews, which I'm sure for some of you will know, that's the chain of survival which we teach for all our students and anybody that's coming through first aid these days. If defibrillation is delivered promptly, so this is fact number 10, survival rates as high as 75% have been reported. So again, I can't reiterate how important it is if you see someone in cardiac arrest to get somebody to get that defib and get them on that person. So defibrillators then. If you live within our 4 counties and you want to find out where your local public access defib is, you will have heard our chief exec earlier on, Will Hancock, talking about our Save a Life app. So please download it. It's absolutely free. It's available on iOS and Android. And if you go on to the App Store or the iOS Store, you'll see it. It's the big smiley heart with legs and arms coming out of it. It's designed by us and it's absolutely free. So please do download it. On there, you'll be able to see where all the defibs are in our county, so you'll be able to look locally. One thing I would say though is, whilst it's great knowing where your local defib is, it's really important that if you do ever come across anybody in cardiac arrest, please don't just go and get the closest defib. Please phone 999, start doing CPR, and listen to what our call takers have got to say. They're expertly trained. They'll take you through absolutely every stage that you need to go through. And of course, if there's a bystander that can then go and get the defib, that's absolutely superb, and we can get that defib on. So this week's then all about highlighting the importance of being able to do CPR, the benefits it brings, and understand that some of you are really concerned with the current climate and the world we live in at the moment with COVID-19. The UK Resuscitation Council have created a really good instructional video run by their vice president. It's got Dr. Andy Lockie on it talking about it. Now, we put that on our feed earlier on today, and I would just implore you just to go and take a quick look at it, because if you are worried about COVID and how we do CPR now, it's got some really good advice on how you can sort of avoid that and try and make the situation a little bit better. So do go and take a look at that in a moment when I say goodbye. The more people we can reach, of course, just carrying out a few simple steps can make all the difference. So like I said earlier on, please share our posts far and wide. I'd like to thank you all very much for joining me today. This is only a quick Facebook Live event today. We've got some more fun things coming up for you. I know Jack, my opposite number in the south, he's got his daughter doing CPR tomorrow. That's going to be interesting. She's 7 years old, but it's going to show you exactly how easy it is to a defib. I might be turning up as 999 Ted at some point during the week, so if you see someone big and furry jumped up, it's probably me inside. But, you know, we're all up for training in so many different ways in this day, so let's see 999 Ted do CPR. We've got the quiz at the end of the week as well. You've all been amazing. I can see lots of people have joined us and watching. This will go onto our feed, so you can rewatch it as much as you like. please share it. But for now, take care. Look after yourselves. We'll be on the feed for about another 15-20 minutes afterwards to answer any questions that you may have. But I hope you've enjoyed my top 10 facts today. It's been a real pleasure coming to you for the start of the week. Let's hope the week goes on for a little bit longer, and I'll catch up with you soon. Take care. All the best. Bye-bye for now.